the last video, we left off with me arriving in Northeast California to spend Thanksgiving with Rose's dad and stepmom. And while here, I had two main goals. The first was just to have a great Thanksgiving and eat a ton of delicious food, which I did, and I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving also. But the second I have not been able to accomplish yet because the weather has not cooperated. The first week was non-stop rain from the Pacific cyclone weather systems coming over here, and then since then we've just had freezing fog and frigid conditions. It's really beautiful because that freezing fog has caused rime ice to form on all of the trees, and day after day those frozen crystals have just been getting larger and larger, but those frigid temperatures have kept me from being able to work outside, just like the rain did. I want to be able to fix the carburetor on Rose's generator and finally break that brand new engine that I installed on that generator, break it in so that, you know, it's good to go and Rose can use it whenever she wants and needs it to have power. And the weather forecasts have been basically useless because every single day they say the high is going to be above freezing and it's going to be a sunny day. But every single day since the rain has stopped, it has not gotten above freezing, and this thick freezing fog just hangs in the air, blocking out the sun. And, you know, we're in the high desert here, so even in the winter, the sun brings in a lot of warmth, and so working outside in the sun, even if it's cold, I'll still be able to be warm enough to repair her generator, but I just haven't been able to do that because the weather's not cooperating. But we've been cooped up for so long, I'm just getting a little bit of cabin fever. I want to get out and do some exploring, and there is, you know, some hills out here and a dirt road that leads on up to them into some BLM land, and Sweetie and I are gonna head out and, you know, do some hiking, actually get out, do some exploring. You know, there's a chance that the fog will actually lift today, and so I'm hoping it lifts while we're out on that hike, or maybe even a little bit beforehand, and that would be really nice. I'm going with bacon, eggs, and toast for breakfast this morning. And don't worry guys, this isn't all I eat, but I found that when you cook the eggs in the same skillet as the bacon, you know, you leave behind some of that bacon grease, add some more butter before you put the eggs in, that bacon flavor cooks into the eggs too, and it's just, oh, so good. I'm not hooked up to electric here. I don't have my Reflectix. I keep that at my parents' because I always go there to Northeast Indiana for Christmas and New Year's, and so, you know, I can't run a space heater or anything, so it's been really cold and I'm just shredding through propane because of it. I'm going through a 30-pound tank about each week. So yeah, that's quite a bit of propane, but it's okay, it's worth it. But because we haven't had any sun for like 2 weeks straight, you know, my solar isn't able to charge up my batteries either, and so I've basically just been powering my laptop off of this BLUETTI AC 180 power station. You know, whenever I need to edit video or anything, you know, I just power it off of that, and, you know, I take this inside into the house to charge it, and then I bring it back out, and, you know, that's just kind of how I am getting through this horrible weather. But there is a cool new way to charge these power stations using basically the alternator of your truck or your van or whatever, and I'm going to install that onto my truck later, show you guys that, because it's basically perfect for anyone that does van life or, you know, has an RV and they either don't have a generator or a solar system for themselves. You know, you can just power your entire RV off of a power station, and then when it needs to be charged, you just bring it on into your vehicle, plug it in, you know, just go driving wherever you're going, and it'll just charge up while you're driving. It's pretty sweet. But man, I'm hungry. I gotta dig into this. Always put the eggs over easy on top of the toast. I'm nice and full now, ready to start the day, so I'm gonna go ahead and install this BLUETTI Charger 1 onto my truck, so that I can charge this power station while I'm rolling down the road, driving anywhere, to the store, going into town, or towing the trailer to the next campsite. But yeah, everything that you need, all the wiring, comes with the Charger 1 and the BLUETTI AC 180. So I've got the input wires and the output wires that have MC4 connectors on the end of them. These come with the BLUETTI Charger 1, and they, you know, just plug right into it, super easy. And then the AC 180 comes with the DC charging adapter. So, you know, these MC4 connectors connect to each other, and then this plugs into the power station to charge it up. And this installation is going to be super easy, super fast. All I have to do is connect these wires to my truck's battery, route them through the firewall into the interior of the truck, plug everything into the Charger 1, and then plug that into the power station. That's it. The Charger 1 is pretty awesome because it can charge up to 6 times faster than using the traditional cigarette lighter chargers, and it can deliver up to 560 watts. You don't have to worry about it draining down your battery because it's always adjusting based off of your battery's voltage and vehicle status. And it has many safety features, including this inline circuit breaker to prevent any sort of electrical hazards. It has an internal active cooling fan, and so you don't have to worry about it overheating in extreme heat and harsh weather conditions. And there's even an app you can download to check the charging status or monitor voltage while driving without guessing. And that's it. That's how you install the Charger 1 onto your vehicle. And I love it because, again, it just gives me another option to charge up a power station if, you know, I'm not bringing in enough solar and I don't feel like getting my generator out. And if you guys want to check it out for yourself, I'll post some links in the video description below. But now, on to other projects. Well, I was hoping we were going to get some sun and the fog would lift, but it's noon and it's still super foggy, and temperatures are still in like the mid-20s. So instead, I'm just going to work on Rose's carburetor, try get this generator running. I'm just gonna work as long as I can till I get cold, which probably isn't gonna take too long since, you know, the freezing fog, I can just feel it as the wind's coming, hitting my face. It just makes it even colder. And then, you know, I'll just go in, warm up, come back out, keep working. I've replaced this carburetor before with just a cheap one on Amazon for only 30 bucks. And so if you want to see that video of how to do it, I'll put a link in the video description. But unfortunately, those Amazon carburetors are pretty hit or miss, and this one won't stop flooding the engine, so I can't even start it to do the break-in procedure. All right, old carburetor's out. Got the new carburetor, new gaskets, we're ready to go. You might be wondering, why did we go with another Amazon carburetor if the old one, it was bad and they're so hit or miss? And it's because we don't really have any other option. The OEM carburetors new from Cummins is $533, and it's like, come on, man. It's crazy. The new engine was $1,600 and the new generator is $4,000. And so, like, why is a new carburetor from them so expensive? And so there's really no other option than, you know, dropping another 30 bucks, crossing your fingers and hoping that this other manufacturer is good. Well, I didn't end up going on that hike yesterday because it was way too cold and the two projects ended up, you know, just taking up too much time, and the sun sets at like 4 p.m. here. So, but today it's a little bit warmer. It's actually just barely above freezing. And, you know, I figured I could go up to the top of this mountain. It's called Bald Mountain. and I think that the very top of it is going to poke just above the freezing fog, because freezing fog usually doesn't go above 1,000 feet. And the crest, the top of this mountain, well, it's more like a tall hill, it's not really a mountain, is at 5,200 feet. And the valley that we're in is right about 4,000 feet. And so I'm really hoping that once we get to the top, it'll poke out just above the freezing fog. We can see the whole valley below covered in a blanket of fog. I think that'd be really beautiful. And you know, if I can't get above the freezing fog, I brought the drone, so it definitely can. I'm really excited for that footage. And the only trail that I could find that actually leads to the top is a 6.5 mile round trip trail, because it starts at the bottom of Bald Mountain. And so by taking this road most of the way here, I cut over 4 miles of a round trip hike off. It's only like a mile to the top and then a mile back doing it this way, but I do have to trudge through all these bushes, and I don't have just a nice easy trail to follow, but I think that's worth it. I gotta tell you, I have missed a blue sky. Wow, how beautiful. This is the first time I've seen the sun in almost 2 weeks. Feels so good to have that warm sun beating down on me after being stuck in that freezing fog for just, what feels like forever. I feel so fortunate to be able to have a view like this, to just watch that fog roll through the valley like a layer of clouds. I was definitely worried when I left that I had too many layers on, because yeah, it was like right at freezing down where I started. But as soon as I got up over the fog line, I just started stripping layers off. Took my gloves off, I had my hat off for most of the time because I just started sweating so bad. It's a good 15 degrees warmer above that fog line. I bet it's almost 50 degrees here. So that's crazy that just coming out of the fog with the desert sun beating down on me makes that big of a difference. And I know Sweetie was getting hot too, because she's just chomping on snow while we were coming up here. Like every chance she got, she just started munching on snow, trying to cool off, get a little water in her too. But I brought water for both of us, so you know, I gave her some water to rehydrate also. But yeah, this is just super cool. Well, that was a cool little hike to get Sweetie and I outside. You know, we've just been cooped up inside the trailer for so long, and I mean, look at her. She is dead tired. You poor girl. My hiking boots are apparently too old and I need a new pair because they're supposed to be waterproof, but trudging through all of that frost saturated them with water almost instantly, and so that whole hike my shoes were full of water. I was just sloshing in them, but I've got them on the dehumidifier right now. I'm just blowing inside of them to try and get them dried out, but I definitely need a new pair. When I got back, Juniper and Sweetie, who actually is another dog that lives here, her name's Sweetie too, were playing in the pen that Ro has made, in that like fenced in pen right outside of her RV. It's just super cute. They become best buds. And also while I was gone, Ro installed these really cool LEDs around the entire perimeter of the ceiling. She got them for me for my birthday, and they're just really cool because I like really low lighting in the evenings and at night, and so with these I can set them to like a nice warm orange color and turn them down real far, and she even put them in the bathroom too. And so, yeah, I really appreciate that. I think they're super cool. So big props to Ro. Huge thank you to her for doing that for me. But thanks for hanging out with us these past couple days, guys. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. But I just got word that dinner's ready inside. They made pork chops for us tonight, and which is awesome because that hike has got me so hungry. And I'm sure Sweetie's hungry too, so I'm gonna feed her dinner. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Sweetie, say bye. We'll say bye. Good girl. If you made it this far in the video, then please consider subscribing for more RV life, travel, and adventure content. And if you want to support the channel, then head on over to Patreon, become a patron, or you could become a channel member here on YouTube and get access to custom emotes and channel badges. Thanks again for watching, guys. Bye.